Hey guys, I hope you are well. I hope you are having a lovely day. So we're going to do an energy reading for today. I am going to ask you to just take 1 second and decide if you are going to go with the energy of card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3. This is card number 1, and this is card number 2, and this is card number 3. Okay, so you take 1 second and you decide if you're gonna go with energy of card number 1, 2, or 3, or you can choose 1 or 3, or you can choose all of them depending on what resonates with you. So take what resonates and leave the rest out. So card energy for number 1 is that you need to shift the way you've been looking at things. There are things that are supposed to be in your, as something that you're supposed to have, but you are not shifting to reach for it. So you have a lot of potential currently, and you've been feeling the need to do new things, to start new things, but you've been a little bit not sure if you can be able to figure it out, or if you can be able to make it happen. So your guys are saying shift. It's time to get on with the show. Shift and get on to what needs to happen. You know what needs to happen. You know the things that are in your heart, the things that need to happen, let them happen. So it's important for you to do a lot of cleansing. It's important for you to do a lot of meditation, because cleansing mostly, I do a lot of river cleansing. I'll just talk about it at the end of the video. It helps a lot with allowing yourself to release things that you've been holding on to. But also river cleansing helps you with a lot with depression, specifically now in the winter season. We normally go through a lot of depression, so that energy that has built up that over the years or over the seasons normally wants to heal in winter. So a lot of people in winter feel a little bit more depressed. That's why you see a lot of people gaining a little bit more weight, and it's sort of almost difficult for us to go on and get the things we want done, get the things that we want implemented and manifested because we are having depression. So your guys are saying shift. You have so much potential. Get the things that needs to happen. Okay, thank you for card number 2. The energy here we have is that you should try to find balance between different things and different situations that are in your life. Sometimes we have a thing of prioritizing things that are not important. So you're prioritizing, let's just say, watching TV. Of course, it helps you distress and release stress and that. But there are other ways that can also help you to release stress and distress that are actually more beneficial, just like going for a run. I mean, for me, going for a run is one of those things that I know for sure. If I do go for a run, I'm going to come back with a clearer head. I'm going to come back feeling a little bit more happier, more confident, a lot of thoughts gets to be processed easily for me when I go for a run. Of course, I can always sit down, get myself a lot of chips and watch TV. I'll still distress, but at the end of that session, I would have gained more calories. I will feel like a horrible mess tomorrow because I've put in so much stuff in my body. So try to find a way of prioritizing what is important to you. So prioritizing certain relationships might not work. Prioritizing certain relationships might work. Prioritizing your business might work. Prioritizing maybe friends and things like that might not be a good thing right now. So find a balance of prioritizing things that do matter to you versus things that are going to just waste your time and cause you more problems anyway. So card number 3 is about this is an energy of somebody that has that needs a sign. You've been asking God for a sign. You've been asking God for a sign that this is probably a relationship, a romantic relationship. You've been asking God for a sign to say, when should I put the off black? When should I press stop here? And God is saying, you know that you should have done the stop button a long time, because God also told you the day you were supposed to do the play button. But now it's time for you to do the pause button or the stop button. So do it. If you don't do it, the problem is that you're just gonna round and round the same stupid mountain. If you do press the pause button or the stop button, I mean, here it's mostly the stop button, you're going to find yourself in a place of healing, which you are healing what has happened, but also you're going to then find yourself in a better situation. So put that stop button on and find the better place for you to be, the place where you deserve to be, the place where you are mostly appreciated, the place where you are honored, the place where you feel worthy, where you feel that you are enough, good enough. So yeah, that is energy for card number 3. So I wanted to share a little bit about the river cleansing. Mostly the river cleansing, it is done for spiritual processes, of course, spiritual rituals that are important to us. So there are so many processes that are so critical to us that sometimes we normally don't do them, and because we don't do them, we face issues in life that are so unnecessary, things that we shouldn't be facing. So let me give you an example. If you have like a bad thing happen to you, like a traumatic event, you need to go and cleanse that event, because you don't want the same energy to happen again. So you get into a car accident, you get into a you break up with somebody, you divorce, you lose a job, you get abused, in any way possible that it happens. Unfortunately, these things happens. So you need to cleanse that energy of you, because when you don't cleanse it, you don't cut the cycle, you don't cut the cord. So this energy keeps on repeating itself. So kuthiwa ukhipha umkhokha in Swati. So if you get into a you find that you had a miscarriage, it's important for you to cleanse so that you prevent that happening again. If you maybe find yourself in having to have an abortion, that is an energy of distraction that you wanna stop that from happening again. So you'll find that a lot of people will say, I had an abortion, then I had another one, then I had another one, then I had another one, then I had another one. And they just keep happening, and it's like, why would you do that to yourself? It's a horrible thing, but it keeps happening to you. So it's like, but why didn't you do that? But we all know how not to get yourself there, but it just sort of happens. It's not that the person is stupid, that they keep doing the same thing, or it's not that the person is not taking care of their lives, that they keep having accidents. It's just that the energy, it keeps on recurring, it keeps on going in a cycle mode. So when we do river cleansing, we do a spiritual process where we cut off you from that energy. So you had a miscarriage, you want to cut off that energy. And of course, when we do that process, we are then aligning your energies correctly. We are aligning you with that soul that has passed on. It could be in a miscarriage, or it could be in a abortion. We are aligning that soul with your blessing, so that soul then can be able to be a guide to you. It can be able to be an angel to your life. And of course, if you haven't aligned those souls correctly with you, they can also just like a little bit most of the time, let me not say a little bit, most of the time cause more issues to go wrong in terms of things like your luck, things like your blessings. So because there is a cry, there is a pain, there is a hurt that is there. So it is important for you to come through and do the cleansing. So of course, like I said, you lose a job, you wanna go and cleanse that because you don't want to lose another job. And I don't know anybody who says I want to lose more than 2 jobs. So finding a new one